SABC2. Now, as we continue to celebrate youth and amazing young people doing amazing things, she describes herself as a visual communicator. Karabo Moletsane is a graphic designer, illustrator, and an entrepreneur. And at just 24, she's a proud owner of a design company called Mother Tongue, which she founded at the tender age of 21. And now, at the peak of her career, she is in charge of leading the redesign of the iconic Soweto Towers. Well, Karabo's in the studio to tell us more this morning about what this project entails. And, well, she's been described as a mover and shaker in 2016. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Hi, thank you so much.
All right, take us back to the creative Karabo and how it all started and how you ended up being a graphic designer. Take us back. And I mean, at 24, that isn't a long way to go, hey?
Slightly. It feels longer than it looks. So I've always been kind of creative. I've always done art in school, but I was in that dilemma whether to pursue a creative career, which at the time didn't seem very reputable, or pursue a career in maybe something that's seen as conventional and standard. So I used to want to be a reconstructive surgeon, so I thought plastic surgery and that would be a better direction for me. But towards the end of my high schooling career, I thought it wouldn't be true to myself, and I spoke to my parents and we thought it might be a good idea to maybe give the creative industry a try, and then if that doesn't work, I'll still be young enough to do a different direction. So I've always been kind of creative, very fond of art, very fond of experimenting, and I don't know, exploring this South African aesthetic that we have. I think it's worth giving it a try.
So graphic designing. And then how did you come to then establishing this company?
Yeah, so I went to an open day at the Open Window Institute and I saw that their design and illustration faculties were absolutely amazing. So my dad and I were there and we were kind of taken aback by how untapped this career is and this industry is. And we thought that might be a good kind of avenue. So after the open day, I then schooled there for 3 years and I'm currently doing my honors there as well.
Yeah. Mother tongue. Let's talk about this. How did it all begin?
So after interning for, I think, 4 weeks, I got a good feel of how the industry looks if I would then work for a company. And I just thought that wouldn't be the direction for me. So I thought it might be good to maybe go in my own direction, build my own company. Then I get to have my own motivation for building it. I get to change things the way I would like to. And the vision that I had for Mother Tongue would then come alive through doing my own thing. So I literally took the plunge after 4 weeks of work experience and started my own company from there.
How's it been though? Was the plunge worth it though?
It was definitely worth it. It was a rough start because as any business is in the beginning, it doesn't flourish. But I think for the design industry, it actually flourishes quite fast than if you had to compare it to different industries. So I think there was maybe 6 months of difficulty, and the rest was actually a lot of clients seeking my work, and a lot of opportunities opened up from there.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this work. What do you think it is about your work that makes it stand out?
A lot of people say it's a side of South Africa that hasn't been explored in that specific manner. So I take a lot of things that seem familiar, that seem kind of quirky and playful, and then I reproduce it in a very colorful and dynamic way. I think hasn't been explored in that manner when looking at South African aesthetic, I guess.
All right, let's talk about this big project that is the Soweto Towers. How did this come about? Because when I was growing up, Soweto Towers was just plain. And it's only in recent years that the painting came through. Tell us a little bit about how you became part of that.
So we were actually given a call. It's a collaborative effort.
Right.
So I am not leading the project on my own. It's a 3-part effort where we have Helen Sabidi, a visual artist.
Helen Sabidi.
Yes.
Right.
So she's one of the collaborators working on this, and Bambo Sibia.
Right. I love Bambo's work. Bambo's work is on the BRT. He's something else, So
the 3 of us are actually working on that, and I think they've put together quite a dynamic team because all of us have very different backgrounds, very different ways of approaching creativity, but I think the one common denominator that we have is that we are proud to be South Africans, and they would like us to take this patriotic approach and all having different views and perspectives and put together a South African story from all 3
So what's going to happen? Are you going to repaint the Soweto Towers?
So currently the tower, one of the towers is being painted white.
Right.
And we're in a conceptualizing process where all three of us are telling the South African story from our perspective and putting all three those disciplines into one.
So what is this meeting like? I can only imagine these creatives and Mehelen as well as old school.
Exactly.
You know,
so here an illustrator comes and it's very interesting. I think a lot of the time we have interesting conversations, which is also part of the creative process. So understanding each other's backgrounds and trying to put it together is fairly difficult, but I think the end result is going to be worth it.
All right, Karabo, I'm excited about this project.
Me
I didn't
too.
even know that Helen is part of this, but good luck. Karabo Moletsane is our youth entrepreneur. She's also a graphic designer as we profile young people in the month of June. All right, let's take a quick